AI is in the third inning of their ball game. Rocket Lab is just they're stretching before batting practice. It is so far early in that thematic. But again, Rocket Lab is part of a duopoly with SpaceX in the space economy. And they weren't being priced that way in their stock for quite some time because they weren't profitable. Either way, I think ASTS ticker finally brought some eyeballs into the space economy sector because it's gone up like what, 1,000% the past couple months. So clearly that's going to have eyeballs into like, oh, wow, what's happening? Is SpaceX actually a real kind of industry that we should probably pay attention to? Then once you look at ASTS, the inevitable leader that's public leader in the space economy is Rocket Lab. So I think a lot of attention is going there. Like, wow, they're realizing how undervalued it is, where SpaceMobile is being worth $10 billion and Rocket Lab still, even after this move, is worth $4 billion. They kind of do only like a part of what Rocket Lab does as a whole. Rocket Lab used to just launch satellites. Now they're a full-on space prime. They include the launch services and space system. They're creating the infrastructure right now in the space economy, but they were still being priced as just, I don't know, a satellite launching company. That's not the case anymore. It's a totally different business. Information that we found on their earnings report was 64% of all non-SpaceX launches were Rocket Lab. Tell me you're a duopoly without telling me you're a duopoly. That's just right in your face. Okay, it's a reality. So we made the comment where Palantir in the 8s, the way it was trading, Rocket Lab in the 4s had a nearly identical charts. And both, like when Palantir was in the 8s, AI wasn't really an AI. Like for the mass retail audience, nobody really knew about AI and LLMs before the ChatGPT moments. So when Palantir was in the 8s, this was before ChatGPT. So everyone was like, oh, AI is just like some fugazi, like it's way out there. Like this is just a black box consulting company that's saying AI. Fugazi turned into a reality. Space economy eventually is going to catch a bid because that is the next frontier after AI and quantum computing. And the market's a forward-looking mechanism. They don't know how forward-looking, but if space economy needs to start getting, people want to start getting exposure into that next frontier, like it's space economy, Rocket Lab's going to get an infusion of volume because they're the clear public leader right now in the stock market for the space economy, in my opinion. So once it took off like it is right now, it's finally breaking out that multi-year base. And what do Austin and I say constantly on basing? Like as wide as it gets, the more velocity it is once it breaks out. You're seeing that right now. I really wouldn't be surprised if we break $10 by the end of the year, and then we start basing then, because again, going from 4 to 10, love it. I don't love seeing that without some kind of basing occurring. So I do think it's probably going to get to 10, start a little basing in, and like maybe a couple quarters into next year. That's when we take up to 15 and 16. Very similar fashion as Palantir's chart looked a couple years ago. Like, again, history doesn't repeat itself, but often rhymes. And these two companies were very early first mover advantage and very early secular growth themes like AI and space economy. I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, it's just a shitco company, or it's like it's SPAC season and any SPAC is just taking off. That might be the case, but Rocket Lab has a fundamental thesis behind it on why it belongs to be higher. Like it truly does. It really, really does. And it's growing a crazy amount on the top line. And it's about to have profitability by the end of next year. Their Electron, like I said, was 64% of non-SpaceX launches. And they haven't even, like, the juiciest launches hasn't been introduced yet. It's going to happen in the middle of next year. So, like, it's really early innings. I'd love to see it. It's going to be a mid-cap company, in my opinion.
Rocket Lab on its way up. We already gave you your targets. This is our be-all, end-all projection here. We're shooting for a 275% run reversion to the golden mean. That is our 0.61 fib from its high to the lows. Remember, when you use Fibonacci, you get as much time data in there as possible. Go from the high to the low. That's how you map it out.